Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. Thank you guys for joining me once again. And I want to share today's reading with you guys. And it's a very consistent message that we have going on. And it's clear that what we are in right now is a huge period of change. And it's imperative for each of us to really search our hearts and to make sure that we are doing what we originally intended to do when we came here. So many times we can get completely waylaid into other drama, other events, taking jobs, that are just about paying the bills, not about fulfilling your own highest mission. Because so many of us that are coming here at this time, we are what we would call light workers, star seeds. We're here to be the seeds of change, to change the whole structure of reality on this planet. We've come here now to liberate the people that are truly kind of walking along through their lives like zombies, not really even aware of who they are. They don't even know who they are at the core, and that is such a sad thing. Too many people have just accepted the 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 reality that we have been given, have accepted different belief structures that are potentially limiting, accepted their situation. Many people feel like they can't get out of the situation that they're in, that they're just simply trapped. How can I live a more fulfilling life? How can I, escape all the debt that I'm in? I'm just tied here. I just can't escape is unfortunately what so many people feel. But the reality is, what is worth more than your true soul itself, than you? You're here to explore being you. You're here also to help others explore being themselves and to lift other people up. But the way we lift other people up is by being completely true to ourselves. And so often, we can be a victim of our own success in many cases. So perhaps you've been climbing the corporate ladder, and perhaps you find yourself feeling very empty, even though you've accumulated a lot of things, which in this Western world equates to success in so many people's minds. And yet you still feel empty, hollow, and shallow, like there's something truly missing. Well, it's time. It's definitely time for us to find our path, find our true vision, to know exactly what we came here to do. And these can be the most amazing of times. As we see over here, the star with Archangel Jophiel. Happy times make positive, optimistic long-term plans on the right path. So that's a beautiful thing. And we see the recovery right next to it. So many of us are recovering from being in the matrix. We are recovering from living a life that's less than fulfilling. And we see, if we're guided with passions, and we see the sacral chakra here, if we were truly following our passions, and I've been wanting to do a video on Kashmiri Shaivism because it's one of the philosophical systems that's very, very different from, say, the Gnostic system that we just looked at. And many people will not be familiar with this at all. But it's about being in this world, and perhaps it's okay to enjoy ourselves when we're in this world. We're talking about the Gnostic mindset, and there are different schools in Gnosticism as well. But overall, it's kind of thought that this is a quote-unquote fallen world. Well, in Kashmiri Shaivism, the thought is that when we're in the world, we should be able to enjoy it. It's not that it's fallen, not at all. It's just whatever we make of it. And so I will be doing a video on that as well. We can utilize the gifts of the earth. There are so many different things, from crystals and as well as other tools that we can use that are natural, that will help us refine our energies, ground us when we need to be grounded, lift us up when we need to be lifted up. And we can do this, as well as know the fact that we have help from the higher realms. We have help from the angelic realms. We have help from Source itself. And we are to unite with our own angelic self. We are on this journey of discovery. I was talking about elemental beings, and there was a couple of people that had mentioned, what's an elemental? I don't understand. And so elemental beings, they are kind of a simpler form of life, a one-track minded form of life. That is here and is primarily constructed of one element, whereas we have all the elements in us, along with spirit. They are basically of just one element, and they tend to have one particular job to do. There are body elementals that are conscious beings, and their job is to maintain homeostasis in your body. That is their job. In many lines of thoughts, that is what we all actually start out as, is more of an elemental being, and then we progress. We become human, and at the level that we're at now, with a little bit more expanded consciousness and awareness, and a body that is a little bit more diverse in and of itself, which allows us to have more diverse experiences and thus learn more. And there are those that believe, if we look at some of the legends like Enoch and Elijah, and then we see that they are now Metatron and Sandalphon. So these humans are translated into archangels. So there are some lines of thought that is what we are becoming. We're going to become basically like angels or devas themselves as we progress and learn to live out of compassion, love, and see the unity consciousness that really is all around us. So it's part of our path. And when we are living our path, we will find that perfect fulfillment. We will be so fulfilled on the inside. And that's when every single day becomes a blessing. Every single little thing, every meal, sitting down with your family. And if you don't sit down for meals with your family, I would definitely encourage you to do so, because it creates stronger bonds. It creates a stronger sense of unity, also a stronger sense of thankfulness for the food. And together you can bless the food, charge it with healing powers of love and light, source, Christ, whatever you want to use as terms that are comfortable to you. So we need to find our balance in this life. And it is a blessing when we can be going through life with a spiritual soulmate. And so when we find that person that really resonates with us, that we could be with 24/7, 365, and you know what? You're still not getting enough of that person. Then you truly have something really, really special there. And then you can spur each other on. As we have talked about, in these times, you'll find that there's going to be relationships you will not be able to hold on to. They will be too toxic. One partner growing at a faster level than the other, it could lead to such inequality and imbalance that it'll make it impossible for the partner that's surging ahead to really have that peace and be comfortable in the relationship. We don't want to hinder each other's growth in these times. It's critical that we grow and are able to fully express ourselves as human beings and as diverse human beings, because each one of us is a completely unique expression of the divine. And those that understand this and don't try to throw people into boxes, small boxes that limit us, then they're truly understanding the bigger picture. And we have many of those people here at this channel. So many beautiful people giving beautiful comments, sharing beautiful energy. It's such a blessing. So the raven, to me, symbolizes communication with the other side. It's a messenger of sorts. The messages are always there, and there is always help, always right around us. Perhaps we focus so much on the negative construct, the matrix that we are in, that has been created by these darker forces to try to keep us in a limited frame of mind and a limited sense of our reality. But the reality is that we have a lot of help around us. There are beings on higher levels. There are spirit guides, and there are angelic beings, as well as star brothers and sisters from other places and on this dimension and higher that can help us if we reach out with open mind and open heart. And so we only need to simply ask because, again, the benevolent forces don't impose their will on us. They allow us free will. The negative forces, they impose their will on us without acknowledging our free will. Of course, they have to divest and divulge of what they are doing in some way, shape, or form. And we see that all the time throughout the media, the movies, and books, and different things as well. So we are living in blessed, opportune times with tremendous possibility right in front of us. We just have to take it and run with it. And it all starts with acknowledging who you truly are and what your path truly is, and pursuing that with absolute fearlessness. So my friends, as always, like, share, subscribe, click the bell, get all notifications. Thank you for your support in all ways. God bless and namaste.